Oh, good evening. Oh, I was going to look at the thermometer over there. It's about 6:30, after 6:30 actually, more like 6:40. And it's, the indoor, outdoor said it was 95, but what does it say over there? And that's in the shade.
90.
90, okay. So in the shade it's 90, in the sun maybe it's 95. I don't know where's the readout for the house? Is it over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, it's been a warm day, but there's a breeze coming up. And it's really nice. Usually, because of where we live, it's hot here in the summer. When we first moved here 7 years ago, people warned us, hey, you're going to get really hot because we moved from Idaho. They don't realize Idaho has very hot summers. The only thing is it cools down naturally. And when we lived in 3 different places in Idaho, 2 of them were about 2 hours from Boise, and the other one was 15 or 20 minutes from Boise, probably 20 minutes. And not really bad winters. One place did have bad winters, but not where we lived when we were close to Boise. And I think our first freeze, it's hard to remember. I might have this wrong and people in Idaho are going to correct me. It seemed like it was in October, sometime in October when we had that first freeze that would stop the tomatoes. And it's always peppers that go first, and then the tomatoes. Then the last place we lived, we were at, what, 32? What was the elevation there in Crane Creek? 32, 34, the elevation?
It was about 3,000 feet.
I think it was a little over that, but let's say 32. And I can remember having on Father's Day, I covered all my tomatoes, I thought, but I missed one. And it didn't freeze completely dead, but it sort of stopped it. I think the camera's too low. And so anyway, people warned us, and actually that first summer here, it was cooler here than an Idaho summer. And in a way, I think the gardens are almost easier to grow there than here. For one thing, when the days get, anyway, we have more 100 days in a row here than we would have there, I think. And so the beans will stop producing and things like that when it gets too hot. Well, all this to say, I'm really off the point here. I'm sorry. Last summer was a really scorcher. And we did have some chickens die, and I always felt really bad about that. Where'd you go, Maggie? Anyway, it really shocked us, in fact, because we've never had that happen. And I was listening to Jim and Renda in their live, and I'm not a good typer and thinker and whatnot, so I came across as a very senile 81-year-old woman. What I was trying to say is our body temperature, and I said 86, is 98.6 supposedly. Well, a chicken's runs at 109. So the winter times here, they're out in the rain, they're fine. Birds are all over, chickens are out, it's fine, no problem. But when it's so hot, and last summer we hit some 118 days, and there was no breeze coming in from our ocean breeze at night. See, we're only 23 feet above sea level here. And so we get that ocean breeze, which is nice. but once in a while, and last summer we missed night after night, and it just wouldn't cool down. And I'm going to take you out and show you where we had the chickens, and this year they're not there. And I'll take you out, and I'll try to do this without falling and tripping. And I was out earlier playing in my garden because I stay in until the afternoon when when it starts getting shady here. I come out and play in the yard. But anyway, last summer, and you've seen this building, I'm sure, we had them in here. And we thought it would be such a nice place for them. And I'm going to open the door and show you, but I took the roosts out, so they're no longer there. Tom took the nest box off. It was right down there. And now we keep our lawnmower in here, but this was it. But it had a greenhouse top. That warmed it up during the day, didn't allow it to get cool enough, and they just couldn't at night cool down enough. And then they'd meet the day hot, and like I say, their body temperature already at 109. Well, when it's 118, it's just hard on them. So this was their yard, and we had water in here, but it's set, one of them set here, some water's down there, but what we should have done, we should have put ice in their water, and we didn't. And it was really sad because I came out, there were 3 chickens, 2 had died. One was almost dead. I took it in the house, I cooled it off, I think I put its feet in the ice water, and we turned on the air conditioning, and we just cooled that chicken down. And it came through and it lived, and it went into a molt, and then it laid again, and I think it's probably still here. I'm not sure, but I used to be able to tell, but I can't anymore on the older 5 chickens that we have left. But it was a really, really sad event for us. And we thought, well, anyway, we've learned a hard lesson, and we felt really bad. Now okay, the sun is in my eyes. You might as well look at my tomatoes. I bet they're over 5 feet now. And let's see, there's little ones, there's big ones, but there's no red ones. I'm watering it right now, actually, with our drip hose. Nope, no red ones. And so that is my story on the chickens. Be sure to keep your chickens in cool water. Now, I'll show you, the chicken house we have them in now was our original little chicken house, and we should have stayed with it, but we didn't, because it is in a cooler spot. See, the other one right now, I don't know if you can see, the sun is shining on it. Well, this one is in the shade, and there it is. It's already getting shady. The oak tree shades this yard. They have these myrtle bushes they can go under. That other little yard is our yard that we put new little chicks in, and but it's empty right now. So that's our chicken story, and they're much better out here, I think. I'm hoping this summer we make it fine. And I'm also watering this bed. And I usually don't water this late at night, but we've got some hours, before, and the sun is shining brightly, as you can tell. So anyway, that's our chicken story and what we've done to correct it so it won't happen again. There. Okay. I don't know where we're at here. Hello, honey.
Hi there.
What you doing?
Oh, I was getting the stuff out of the bed and
For the little chickies?
giving it to the girls.
Okay, are they over? No, they're still in the cool, aren't they? Anyway, I'm going to turn this off and tell everybody good night. Keep